What's good, y'all? It's your guy Bendu. So, I got a Bernie Sanders double whammy story for you today. Yeah, I know, moving right from AOC to Bernie, but I couldn't not talk about this. So Bernie had a New York Times interview, and he also had a Mehdhi Hassan interview as well that most of you have probably seen already. But I'm going to start off talking about the New York Times interview. So the reason why I'm talking about this New York Times interview is because, you know, he was pushing propaganda straight up in his video. He was pushing, like, he was acting like a good little boy for Joe Biden. He was acting like a good little propagandist for Joe Biden. And yeah, so I'm just going to dive into it. So this specific question is what really got me. So the journalist asked him, let's say I'm someone on the left who supported you in 2020. I'm looking at the American Rescue Plan and I see the $15 minimum wage got dropped by Democrats, and a situation, I'm fixing this for him, in a situation where Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the fucking White House. Paid family leave got dropped. The child tax credit, which is my favorite part of the bill, it's only temporary. Convince me that I should be excited about this. Why do you think it's so significant? This is what Bernie says. I don't have to convince you. We have already convinced 75% of the American people that this is a very good piece of legislation. And I think progressives out there understand that given a fairly conservative Congress, it is hard to do everything that we want to do. A fairly conservative Congress that is ran by the Democrats. So you're basically saying the Democrats are conservatives. They're not the left party. Good. At least we can agree there, Bernie. Now he continues. I was bitterly disappointed that we lost the minimum wage in the reconciliation process as a result of a decision from the parliamentarian that could have been overturned and told to fuck off, basically, because that's the same thing Republicans did and would have done in this situation, which I think was a wrong decision. But we're not giving up on that. We're going to come back and we're going to do it. And it's kind of ironic that literally Ryan Grimm runs a story about Chuck Schumer, you know, taking the fight to the minimum wage again. But in this legislation, let us be clear, we have gotten for a family of four, a working class family struggling to put food on the table for their kids, a check of $5,600. Now people who have money may not think that that's a lot of money, but when you are struggling day and night to pay bills, to worry about eviction, that is going to be a life sin for millions and millions of people. We extended unemployment to September with the $300 supplement. We expanded the child tax credit to cut child poverty in America by 50%. Now that's an issue we have not dealt with for a very long time. So you can cut it by 50%, but you can't cut all of it. Cool. Glad to know that Congress only wants to cut half of poverty, even though this is not true. Jimmy Dore, actually, y'all probably seen it, exposed that the study that was done by Columbia is complete bullshit, and even though it involves the $15 minimum wage for those numbers to even be halfway true. So Bernie's straight up pushing propaganda here. Where was I at? Now that's an issue we have not dealt with for a very long time. The disgrace of the United States having one of the highest rates of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. Well, we did it, and we hope to make it permanent. That's a big deal. It is a big deal, Bernie. It's a big deal that you're doing propaganda for Joe Biden. That's a big deal, buddy. And obviously, we invested heavily in dealing with the pandemic. Oh, getting the vaccines out to the people as quickly as possible to save lives. I have no comment on the vaccine. I'm not going to comment on that. In terms of education, billions of dollars are going to make sure that because I might piss a lot of people off if I open my mouth about the vaccine. Continuing with what Bernie said, in terms of education, billions of dollars are going to make sure that we open our schools as quickly and as safely as we can. We tripled funding for summer programs so the kids will have the opportunity to make up the academic work that they have lost. Tripled funding for after school programs so when kids come back next fall, there will be programs the likes of which we have never seen. So this is not a perfect bill. Congress does not pass perfect bills. We know, nigga, y'all don't even pass fucking halfway decent bills, motherfucker. But for working class people, this is the most significant piece of legislation passed since the 1960s, and I'm proud of what we have done. However, it is clear to me, and I think to the American people, that we have to do more. This is an emergency bill that says in America, families should not go hungry. People should not be forced out of their homes, but that's going to fucking happen anyway. It's not like magically, you know, when all these, you know, timelines are up, people are just going to magically have the money to pay, you know, their back rent and back mortgage and shit. You're still going to have a housing crisis. You're just kicking a can down the road, Bernie. And Bernie knows this shit. Now we have to deal with the long-term structural problems facing our country that have long been neglected way before the pandemic. Rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. Yeah, we know. But $2.1 trillion isn't going to do that, bro, over 8 years. That's not going to do it, bro. Address the existential threat of climate change, create many millions of decent paying jobs, build the millions of units of affordable housing that we need. In terms of the social issues, fight structural racism. I'm not going through that shit. That's some bullshit. They pushing this whole vote narrative. I don't do identity. Y'all know I don't do identity politics on this channel. There are a huge number of issues out there. Some of them are existential. They have to be dealt with, and I intended to do everything I can as chairman of the budget committee to make sure that we continue to move forward. Remember, Bernie Sanders was going to vote for Neera Tanden as the head of the OMB. And we already know she's for, you know, cutting things like Medicare, Social Security. So she's not going to approve. This is who Bernie was going to vote for. Like, then on top of that, somebody who like vehemently shitted on him during the whole primary and everything. So this is our leader. And the video I'm about to play for you now is the Mehdhi Hassan video. And yeah, go ahead and check this out. And I'm going to get my commentary. So actually, before I play, this is Bernie Sanders. This is them talking about how Manchin throws his weight around and everything, right? So basically what Hassan is asking him, why don't you throw your weight around like Manchin does? Clearly one senator can do that. Why are you not doing that? And this is Bernie's answer. Check it out.
You mentioned the grassroots movement. A lot of frustrated progressives, especially online, and you know this, often ask, why can't you, Bernie Sanders, use the leverage that Joe Manchin often uses to get his own way on issues like the $15 minimum wage or expanding health care? Why can't you throw your weight around, they say, threaten to vote against things like Joe Manchin so successfully does?
First of all, if you look at the results of what happened, look, I'm not the president. But I think what most people would tell you is what we did in the rescue plan was the most significant piece of legislation for working class people in the modern history of this country. And we're moving forward in a similar direction. We can't get everything we want. That's simply the reality. Any one person can say no. But right now, I think we are moving forward. We're going to push it as hard as we possibly can. And I'm proud of the direction in which we are moving.
And just on Joe Manchin, you say you support getting rid of the filibuster, but Senator Joe Manchin has said he won't agree to that. He doesn't back a $15 minimum wage increase. He doesn't back the 28% corporate tax rate that's proposed. When you were running for president, you said you would go to West Virginia and rally working people there against Senator Manchin, pressure him to do the right thing. Hold on. Let me just ask the question. Let me just ask the question, Senator. Do you think President Biden should pressure Joe Manchin in the way you said you would, or will that just make him defect to the Republican Party, some people say?
First of all, talk to Joe Manchin. But second of all, there is a lot of work being done internally in terms of bringing the Democratic caucus together. Once again, we passed the most significant piece of emergency legislation, which, among other things, will cut childhood poverty in half. I expect that the second reconciliation bill will be very profound in creating millions of good-paying jobs. And by the way, I'm going to do everything that I can, along with others, in making sure that we do pass that $15 an hour minimum wage.
Understood.
As well
but
as
you support internal pressure. But you support internal pressure on Joe Manchin, not publicly going to West Virginia and calling him out, as you said.
Well, I think there are a variety. I have no.
So it got a little testy there, at the end and everything. But I found this line of questioning dope. Mehdhi Hassan is fucking garbage, but this was a good line of questioning towards Bernie, because this is basically what all of us are asking him. Why can't you throw your weight around like Joe Manchin does? Like, why aren't you pushing Joe Biden to run down on Joe Manchin's shit in his district? They sent Kamala Harris there and everything to go push him via his his constituents, but she went there and fucked it up. Like, literally pissed the people off there more at her than at him. And probably rally people in favor of him. But I just find it weird that, you know, Bernie's just being a good little propagandist here, man. He's being a good little boy. He's being a good Democrat, even though he's a fucking independent. He's being a good Democrat. And this is what happens when you affiliate yourself with the party, man. It's like, this is fucking ridiculous. So, I mean, it's really not much to say here. This just falls in line with what I read in the New York Times piece that he did and everything. Like, the Bernie's downfall continues, man. That's all I can say. This is trash. This is honestly why I was never all in on Bernie. Why I was all, you know, more so fucking with Tulsi, because Tulsi was at least stronger than this. Tulsi definitely had more balls than Bernie. Like, this is bullshit. Like, this is complete bullshit. And it's like, people keep excusing it, you know, time and time again. Like, you'll get people like Kyle Kalinske and shit, you know, that'll call Bernie a cuck. They'll call him, like, you know, they'll throw out the little terms out there, but they don't actually criticize him, where, like, this nigga's not working for you, bro. The only shit he's going to do is shit that Joe Biden is for. And Joe Biden is not for doing anything in favor of the people. So I don't know what to say, man. Like, it's not much to say. This speaks for itself. So I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and close the video out there, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that hit the like button, and also hit the subscribe button and comment. Emphasis on the comment, because we're going to be doing that Fan Friday comment video this week. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be doing a live stream on Saturday. Stay tuned for that. And if you're on Odyssey, hit that flame emoji and hit that thumbs up emoji. And not saying that you have to, but if you can, donate some library tokens, because it helps support the show. And yeah, guys, I've been thinking about a lot of like things I want to do with the channel lately, and one of the things I'm going to the Medicare for All March, but I want to do live reporting and journalism from there. So I just wanted to update you guys on that, because I'm thinking about that. I'm going to start doing some live on the street reporting, so look out on the channel for that as well. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Peace.